our next guest is an actor, director, and three-time Bill S. Preston Esquire. He's a documentary filmmaker, too, with a brand new movie about a legendary music innovator. Zappa arrives on digital and VOD a week from Friday. Please welcome Alex Winter. Look at you, all dressed up. How you doing?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah.
You know, everybody knows you're from Bill and Ted and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
you, at one time, you direct films, you direct television stuff, you directed here on our show for a while.
I did. I came in, I think, to do a movie parody, and I didn't leave for a while.
Yeah, I asked you to stay for a while. How long were you here?
I think it was like a year or so, at least. I mean, Bobcat Goldthwait was here.
Right.
Fleischer was here. Tom Stern, who I directed Freaked with, was here. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was actually I gotta say, it was a really fun place to work. I mean, I hate to walk onto your show and blow smoke up my old boss's backside, but...
You don't have to. You certainly don't have to blow any smoke. Yeah, it was crazier back then.
It was bananas. Yeah, I mean, it was like everything was live, shoot the thing in 5 minutes, get it to edit. Everyone's like thinking they're like, about to do Walter Cronkite or something, like it's the nightly
It was
news.
like the news because we were still using like beta tapes and running the tapes from one building to the next building, sometimes moments before the show aired.
Yeah, it was insane. And like everyone was so serious, you'd be like, guys, we're like blowing fecal matter at Uncle Frank. Like,
Yeah, right.
We're not actually deciding the outcome of the world or,
Did we do that?
I think we might
Was
have.
that a bit on the show?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one. Do you?
I brought, do you mind? I brought a list of some of the finer...
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Of what?
These are just some of the fine works that I made while I was crafting film here.
Okay, all right.
We did Monkey in a Microwave, Terrorist in Surfer Shorts, Clown Hunting, I remember that one quite well, Crazy Ahab's One Day Rehab, Matzo Ball Drops on Times Square, very serious piece of film, ad for Pat Robertson's Diet Shake ad with Jesus Christ, I might add.
Jesus was in that?
Yeah, he showed up for that.
That was some of his best work.
It was. I thought he was
that, yeah.
excellent in that. Martha Stewart saws off her ankle bracelet. My favorite, Tron Guy Has a Date, which was followed by Return of Tron Guy.
Oh, yeah, Tron Guy was... Yeah. Oh, there he is, Tron Guy. I don't know what's going on in the background, but Tron Guy was a guy who dressed as Tron. I think his name was Jay, and we had him on the show a lot.
Yeah.
I think we had like a bachelor show starring Tron Guy.
We did. It
Shockingly, we
weird.
never wound up pairing him up with anyone.
It was so strange how that happened.
It was very strange.
And Uncle Frank, I did a bunch of stuff with Frank. We did one routine where we snuck into his apartment like at, 9 in the morning and rigged his entire... Do you remember that?
Yes, this was my idea, actually.
Okay.
I was thinking about how far we could push things for Uncle Frank. And I thought, wow, what if in the middle of the night, Frank Sinatra's ghost appears to him?
Right.
Because he used to work for Frank Sinatra and starts speaking to him. And yeah, you guys snuck in there and we got a guy who looked like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. We projected it up. We waited. He came home. We were all like in his closet and under his bed. And we waited till he went to sleep and then we beamed Sinatra's ghost onto his ceiling.
And as I recall, he didn't believe it for even a second.
Dude, it was a complete disaster.
It was a disaster, yeah. But it's a great story.
It is. Yeah, I loved him so much. He was the sweetest guy in the world.
Yes, he was. Tom, you and Tom, our mutual friend Tom Stern, who's the director here, you guys directed a movie that one of the stars of the movie was Mr.T.
Yes, the great Tom Stern. We made a film called Freaked.
Freaked, yes.
And in that film, Mr.T played the bearded lady. He was one of the members of the Freak Show. I was another, and Keanu was another. There were many. And really, the only thing he had to do was wear a taffeta dress. So he had that was it. It was the whole big beard, taffeta dress, no problem.
The T is short for taffeta. People don't realize
that's what we believed when we cast him. Yeah,
And what was that like with Mr. T?
I saw him recently, and he had... Time does good things to the memory, I guess.
Oh, he didn't have a good time?
No, he was great up until the point at which he bailed out on our set 4 days before he was done shooting.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he vanished. He literally vanished. Like, no one could find Mr. T. And we're shooting, and we're like, have stuff coming up with T. It's very important. And Literally, he's gone. I eventually found him. Someone came to me at one point while we were shooting. They said, "We've got him on the phone." I was like, "What does that even mean?" I get on the phone, and it's Mr.T. He's back in Chicago. It's like he's left, taffeta dress, back at wardrobe, on a plane. He's home. I'm like, T, what are you doing? He's like, I'm done. I'm like, but no, you're not done. We actually have like another week of shooting. Now, we had an actor on the set named Lee Ehrenberg, who's in Pirates of the Caribbean, a brilliant actor. He played the Human Torch. He farted flames out of his backside. You can see why I worked here now.
That's right.
Right. So,
that was what brought us together.
Yeah. Lee and T used to do dueling T impressions on set that were phenomenal. And so we pulled Lee in and said, "You're T now." We got a scab T, and he did all the ADR. And so a lot of T's best jokes are not actually.
Wow. The magic of movies.
Yeah, you know.
So tell me about Zappa, Frank Zappa. For those who don't know Frank Zappa, and there are people who know the name but don't know, talk a little bit about him.
Well, Zappa was like, growing up for us, I discovered him on SNL in the 70s. He was like, as much as he was a rock god, he was also like a George Carlin or Richard Pryor. He was super funny, very politically active, really fascinating.
And a genius, like a genius.
Absolute musical genius.
Not just a musical genius, but like just eccentric genius.
Yeah, he made films, he made art. There was really nothing he couldn't do well, but his story hadn't been told. So I pitched it. I've been doing docs for a long time. I pitched it to his widow, Gail, and they gave me access to his entire vault, which was like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, just floor to ceiling.
Really?
Yeah, stuff as far as you can see.
And then you started a Kickstarter campaign for fans to help get this movie going.
Yeah.
And you went through all of. Did you go through everything in the vault?
Pretty much. We raised about $1.25 million, and we preserved a lot of the media down there. We had like 10,000 rabid backers out there waiting for this movie. It took us 6 years to make it. And
did you find anything you did not want to find in the videos?
Well, I mean, look, every day we found something, but, when you're making a movie about a guy who's at the forefront of the sexual revolution, some of that media you don't want to see. I would call the family and be like, "I got this." They're like, "Please don't ever, you don't ever need to see that." I'm like, "Okay, I'm putting that back on the shelf."
So that is back on the shelf.
Oh, very much.
Yes.
I've duct taped it. Yeah. I can't unsee it. I mean, I saw it.
Oh, imagine how his kids might feel about it.
Yeah, they shouldn't look at it.
Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah. And so you made this, and now do you feel, because I know Frank Zappa fans are one of the most passionate groups. Have they accepted? I know you got very good reviews for the film.
Yeah.
What about from them?
Yeah, we've had great response from the Zappa fans. I mean, we didn't make a piece of fan service. We made a movie about a really, really vibrant human being. I mean, Jimmy, I think you'll love it. This is a guy who was at the forefront of voting rights and anti-authoritarian and fighting the Senate for censorship. Like, we could use him right now.
Yeah, you're right. And he played a hell of a guitar as well.
He did.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see you.
You too, man.
Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Zappa comes to digital and VOD November 27th. Alex Winter, everybody. We'll be back with Biba Doobie. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. An evil wizard has trapped me inside this YouTube video. Click subscribe to help me escape.